Shalom, Shaarei Kodesh. It's Rabbi Baum coming to you from a familiar place. I wanted to give you a little message related to what today is, which is Rosh Kodesh ER, beginning of a new month. We're in an interesting time. We just observed Yom HaShoah Ugvura, which is the holiday of Holocaust Remembrance Day and Heroism Day. It's a day in Israel when society stands still. And in many ways, we are all standing still. Next week, we have Yom HaZikaron, and we have an incredible program planned. We hope you can join us on Monday night as we hear from a ex-combat veteran and son of some of our wonderful congregants. His name is Donnie Fogel. He spoke at our congregation in 2014 about his experience in the Gaza war, and we look forward to learning from him as well as doing some Israeli singing as well. But today I want to reflect on a different holiday that happened this week. Little known holiday, and it's called Earth Day. It was actually the 50th anniversary of the beginning of this holiday. And the question I want to ask ourselves is, what's Jewish about it? So that's what I want to talk about today. And I think it relates a lot to what we're going through right now. And this other holiday of Rosh Chodesh, as you can see, it's Earth Day 2020. I wanted to read you something I read this week that really affected me. It is an article written by a journalist named Seth Bornstein. It's titled, "As Virus Keeps People at Home, Earth Turns Wilder and Cleaner." He wrote the following: "As people across the globe stay home to stop the spread of the new coronavirus, the air has cleaned up, albeit temporarily. Smog stopped choking New Delhi, one of the most populated cities in the world, and India is getting views of sites not visible in decades. Nitrogen dioxide pollution in the northeastern United States is down 30%. Rome's air pollution levels from mid-March to mid-April were down 49% from a year ago. Stars seems more visible at night. People are also noticing animals in places and at times they don't usually. Coyotes have meandered along downtown Chicago's Michigan Avenue and near San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge. A puma roamed the streets of Santiago, Chile. Goats took over a town in Wales. In India, already daring wildlife has become bolder, with hungry monkeys entering homes and opening refrigerators to look for food. When people stay home, Earth becomes cleaner and wilder." It gives us this extraordinary insight into just how much of a mess we humans are making of our beautiful planet, says conservation scientist Stuart Pym of Duke University. This is giving us an opportunity to magically see how much better it can be. This article, which I read on the website timesofisrael.com, there was a line that really got to me. When people stay home, Earth becomes cleaner and wilder. What does it say about our role as human beings in the world? In the book of Genesis, there are two distinct creation stories. In Genesis 1, we get the following command. God blessed them, meaning humans, and God said to them, "Pru orvu, umalu et haaretz, vechivshuha urdu bidgat ha'am u'ba'of hashamayim b'chol chaya haromeset al haaretz." Be fertile and increase, fill the earth and master it or conquer it, and rule the fish of the sea and the birds of the sky and all the living things that creep on earth. That's Genesis 1. Genesis 2 offers a little bit of a different command. Vayikach Adonai Elohim et Adam. God took the man and placed him, vayinachehu began Eden le'odah u'leshomra. God took the man and placed him in the Garden of Eden to work for it and to guard it. Some say till it and tend it. Here we see two roles. We conquer and master in one. And the second story, we till it or tend it or work for it and guard over it. In other words, in the second story, we're gardeners. Now, as I think about these two commands, I realize something. We fulfilled that first mitzvah pretty well as humans. We've done a tremendous job of creating energy, of modernity, of science. But one of the things we have to do better at, and Earth Day is a reminder of this, we have to be better gardeners. What is our role as human beings? On Rosh Chodesh, we read a psalm, Psalm 104. It's called Barchi Nafshi, and I wanted to share it with you. Here it is on my screen. Let all my being praise Adonai, Adonai my God. You are great indeed, clothed in splendor and majesty. You set the earth, going down here, you set the earth on its foundation that it should never collapse. Think about that. This is what God did. He made the earth so that it should never collapse. How varied are your works, we say. In wisdom, you have made them all. The earth is filled with your creatures. Here is the great vast sea, teeming with numberless living things, large and small. All of them look to you to give them their food at their proper time. What you give them, they gather up. When you open your hand, they eat their fill. When you hide your face, they panic. We see here the role of God. The glory of Adonai endures forever. May Adonai rejoice in God's works. When God looks at the earth, it quakes. God touches the hills, they smoke. I will sing to Adonai as long as I live. I will chant to my God. May my meditations please God. I will rejoice in Adonai. Let sin disappear from the earth, and the wicked will be no more. I want us all to think about that. What is the psalmist saying? The psalmist is saying God created this earth, but there's another piece. The next piece, that we are partners in God with creation. God creates all. God provides for all, but not everyone gets it. Not everyone enjoys the same fruits, and not everyone is there to ensure that the earth will be there for the future. In Midrash Kohelet Rabbah, there's a famous teaching. It says that when God created the first human beings, God led them around the Garden of Eden and said, look at my works. See how beautiful they are, how excellent. For your sake, I created them all. See to it that you do not spoil and destroy my world. For if you do, there will be no one else to repair it. There's no one else after you. It's up to you, humanity, God is saying. On Rosh Chodesh, we focus on this idea of atonement. We say, the new month has come, and we ask for atonement. And atonement goes well with tshuva, repentance. Every month, we have this opportunity to examine ourselves. And Earth Day might be that idea when all of humanity examines itself. And we have to ask ourselves, so when this is all over, and we've seen what life is like when we stop, will life return back to normal? Not likely. But the question is, will we return back to normal? Will we do everything we did just before? Or will we think about the environmental choices that we make? As the Midrash says, see to it that you do not spoil or destroy my world, for if you do, there will be no one else to repair it. I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom. I look forward to seeing you tonight with our musical service with Cantor Chadash, tomorrow morning with our services for Parshat Tezirei Metzora, as well as Rosh Chodesh ER, Saturday night, Havdalah with Cantor Chadash, Monday night with our Yom HaZikaron program, and many, many more programs and ways to gather together. I hope everyone's safe. I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom, and I look forward to seeing you soon.